this is Aevi and I'm here today to answer the question, let me get it, what cards relate to you personally, not just your astrology association or court cards? So I guess the court cards is another topic. Like, there was one I would have definitely chosen, which probably would have been the Page of Wands. But I've still got loads, even having ruled out all the court cards. Okay, obviously here I'm starting with the Two of Wands. Now, I relate to this because it's kind of a planner's card, and I'm definitely a planner. I like writing lists. It's kind of looking to the future. I like looking ahead. I feel comfortable when I've looked ahead to things. I like this one, which is, you know, quite new to me, which is kind of like writing things down, even maybe drawing diagrams or whatever. Yeah. And then I've got another card, which is the major card, which to a certain extent I might associate with this. Sorry, just move these along. I'm just going to put that in there. So, are those on the screen? Yes, I think they are. So this is the Emperor. So they're a bit different levels. Like, obviously the 2 is just a mere 2, but the Emperor, I feel like it's kind of like when I up my game, but it still has that same element of being strategic, planning, and that kind of thing. I definitely relate to that. And yeah, I don't know, often, to be honest, it does come up for there's someone else in my life that I often get as the Emperor, but then I do get it for me as well. I definitely relate to it. I quite like this one, which is more, there's a good story associated. I think it's a dodo in the Alice in Wonderland, and he's kind of setting things up to look out for other people, or not people but animals, you know, like these other characters. And it's a Barbara Moore writing this story about relating the Emperor to the dodo in Alice in Wonderland, and I like that. Yeah, so this one's quite powerful, and I like that it's more nature based. I'm not so into kind of militaristic. Anyway, I'm going off this topic now. It doesn't matter. Yeah, kind of managing things and being strategic is why I relate to that. But then sometimes I'm just going to mention that sometimes maybe I spend too long on that part of the situation. So the Chariot might come into play as like, get on with it. Obviously the Three of Wands as well is also a kind of just do it card for me. Yeah, there's the Chariot. I like this one, it's so fast. And then I've actually got 5 cards I'm going to talk about. Oh, actually I'm going to move this on here. Ta-da! So here we are with the, I feel like this is so revealing, but let's get on with it anyway. It is about personal cards. This is the 4 of deniers, or coins, 4 of coins, 4 of pentacles, 4 of autumn in this deck. And there's different ways I can relate to this. I like things, objects. I like tarot decks. I like beautiful things. I like to keep things. Sometimes I might keep things more than I should. I feel like I can identify with this guy. I was thinking this actually seems like a conversation between me and my partner, of him like, but surely you don't need to keep all that stuff, and me kind of being like, oh yes, it's my lovely things. Yeah, and kind of weirdly I do associate, particularly this card. Where's it gone? I always saw a connection between these two. I know this is like, on most of this deck it's very similar to Rider-Waite-Smith, but on this particular one it's one of the odd ones, which I prefer to the normal one, Emperor. But because they're both on these kind of square blocks, I kind of associate it with that like structured thing. So I feel like there's a kind of stability aspect which is more positive. But then this is kind of more like, yeah, maybe, you know, there's both sides to it. And I really like this one's kind of cute, and it's so old, like this image, and he's kind of like biting the coins to check they're real. You know, is it real gold? Yeah, so I definitely identify with that. And yeah, it's something to think about. It does raise questions, doesn't it, when you are saying this is me. you think, what does that then mean? Okay, so then I've got some, what am I going to show you now? Don't leave a blank screen. Oh yeah, I was going to say that I heard from someone else that maybe let's say back here, maybe the 8 of Cups, the mastery of the emotions, is the answer to the problematic side of the 4 of Coins. And that makes a lot of sense to me, because it's like you're emotionally attached to your stuff, so that's why you're not becoming a minimalist. So I feel like that's kind of an interesting idea for personal growth, transitioning to from the 4 of Coins to the 8 of Cups. Yeah, then I'm showing a couple of major arcana. Most dramatically, I personally identify as the devil. No, not as the devil. I identify with this card in the way that I interpret it. What am I going to say about this? It's kind of personal, but I'm going to share what I want to. There's different sides to this card. There's definitely certain situations in my life which are coming up as the devil. It's not just a situation, it's like me and the situation and how those are combined. Excuse me. So, oh my god, I really need to cough. There's an example. You need to cough in the middle of your video that you know you're not going to edit. But I feel like the devil is those situations where there's something difficult, and then woven it into it is, it's kind of like difficult things you can't change, things you can change, personal stuff mixed up with other people's stuff. It's things are just like difficult. So yeah, this is a difficult situation. I'm obviously not going to explain the details, but I also identify with the fun side. I really like this card because he's more like he kind of looks like, yeah, kind of fun in a way. a little bit dodgy here, but anyway, yeah, I can't believe I'm putting this, but I'm just going to be honest. So that is one of the ones. But then also I just want to mention I don't have no, I don't need to excuse myself. I'm just going to say leave it at that. Okay, and the last one is the Star. So that's more positive. I identify with the Star card. I find it spiritual. I find it's definitely hopeful. Sometimes it might be the light in the end of the tunnel, but it's also a kind of connection with the divine for me. And what can I say? Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? So, I don't know. I feel like when I was younger, I definitely identified with it. Then I didn't so much, or I wasn't thinking about it. And now it's kind of come back again. Also, there's the side of it which is kind of saying what you're doing is important. And sometimes that comes up. So, you know, we're all stars in our own lives, aren't we? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed hearing all that personal information, personal revelations. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that video, you can give it a thumbs up so other people might find it. And I hope to see you for another one of these videos.